In a world filled with extraordinary moments, there are some performances that rise above the noise and carve their place in history. Before we begin, make sure you are part of this journey by joining our community where we celebrate the stories that move millions, inspire the world, and remind us of what talent truly looks like. Today, we bring you one of the most unforgettable nights on America's most iconic stage. This is the story of a 12-year-old Filipino boy whose courage, voice, and electrifying performance shocked the judges, stunned the audience, and brought back the magic of Michael Jackson in the most unexpected way. The theater lights dim, thousands of whispers turn into one unified hush. A golden glow from the giant letters behind the stage reflects across the auditorium, casting a dreamlike aura over everyone present. The judges settle in, expecting another ordinary audition. Little do they know that the next few minutes will ignite a wildfire of emotion across the entire hall. Simon Cowell leans forward with his hands clasped, his expression unreadable. Howie shifts slightly, curious. Heidi smiles with warm encouragement. Sofia glances around with excitement. The atmosphere tightens as the announcer calls for the next contestant to take the stage. A small figure steps into the spotlight. A boy, barely 12, wearing a simple black fedora, a white glove, and a sparkling jacket reminiscent of a legend lost too soon. His eyes are filled with determination, but also tremble with the pressure of standing before the biggest talent show in the world. The audience sees him, a tiny kid on a huge stage. Some smile, some hold their breath, some assume they already know how this will go. But tonight, assumptions are about to be shattered. The boy introduces himself. His voice is soft, polite, shy but hopeful. He explains that he is from the Philippines, that he grew up listening to Michael Jackson, and that it has always been his dream to stand on this stage, to show the world who he is, and to make his family proud. The emotion behind his words trembles in the air. Simon Cowell studies him quietly. Something about the boy's sincerity creates a ripple of curiosity. The music cues. A gentle hum of anticipation spreads through the theater like electricity. The iconic first beat drops, that unmistakable rhythm that changed music history. It is instantly recognizable. Billie Jean. The crowd reacts. The judges sit up straighter. And then, right on cue, the boy tilts his head, slides his foot, raises his glove, and begins. What follows is not just an imitation. It is a resurrection, a reincarnation of rhythm, soul, passion, and precision stored inside a child's body. The boy's movements are impossibly sharp. Every step hits the beat. Every pop, lock, slide, and spin carries an energy that seems impossible for his age. The audience gasps. This is not a kid doing a fun tribute. This is mastery. This is magic. The judges exchange looks of disbelief. Heidi leans forward and widens her eyes. Sofia laughs in amazement. Howie shakes his head with a stunned grin. But all eyes eventually drift to Simon Cowell. No one can read his expression. He looks focused, almost emotional. Something about this boy, something about this performance, reminds him of why he started doing this in the first place. And then the moment that breaks the room occurs. The boy launches into the moonwalk. The crowd erupts. Phones shoot into the air. People stand. Screams echo. It feels like time rewinds 20 years and the king of pop is alive again. But it is not just the dance. It is the boy's voice. Perfect pitch, tone, vibrato, and soul. Not an imitation, but an interpretation. A 12-year-old who has somehow captured the essence of a legend while still sounding like himself. The theater becomes unglued. Even Simon Cowell blinks a few times, as if trying to process what his eyes are seeing. This is more than talent. This is rare. This is a once-in-a-generation moment. Halfway through the performance, something changes. The boy closes his eyes, takes a breath, and sings a high note that slices through the air like lightning. The audience roars. That single note is filled with everything he has been through. The sacrifices, the rehearsals, the dreams, the struggles of growing up with so little but believing in something so big. It is the sound of a child carrying a mountain yet singing like he is weightless. By the time the music hits its final beat, the audience is already on their feet. A standing ovation so loud it shakes the cameras. The boy stands still at center stage, chest rising, eyes shining. He cannot believe what he is seeing. It is like watching his dream unfold in high definition before his very eyes. The judges struggle to speak over the cheers. Heidi is the first to talk. She tells him he is unbelievable, that he has brought back the magic, and that she has chills all over her arms. Sofia adds that he is made for the stage, that he moves like he has been performing for decades. Howie tells him that his confidence, skill, and stage presence are something he has never seen in someone so young. But everyone waits for Simon Cowell. His silence builds suspense. The boy looks terrified, then hopeful, then terrified again. Simon finally leans into the microphone. He begins softly, almost whispering, telling the boy that he walked on stage shy and quiet but exploded like a superstar. He says that what he saw was not an imitation, but true artistry. A spark of something special. A talent the world deserves to see. The boy lowers his head, overwhelmed. Simon continues. He says that sometimes, very rarely, there comes a moment on this show that reminds everyone why they are here. Why millions of people tune in. Why talent can change lives. Then Simon stands. The audience knows what this means. The judges know. The entire theater bursts into screams before Simon even points toward the button. The boy realizes what is happening. His hands go to his mouth. His eyes fill instantly with tears. Time slows as Simon stretches out his arm, looks directly at the boy as if telling him he believes in him, and slams his hand onto the golden buzzer. What follows is pure magic. Gold explodes from above, raining down like fireworks frozen in midair. The boy drops to his knees, crying. The crowd screams with joy. The judges clap and cheer. Simon walks onto the stage, meets the boy in the middle, and gives him a hug that feels like a dream. The boy sobs into Simon's shoulder, unable to speak, overwhelmed by the moment he has chased his entire life. The stage glows with gold. The music swells. Cameras zoom in on the boy's tear-streaked face. This is the moment he will remember forever. The night a 12-year-old Filipino kid, armed with a glove, a hat, and a heart full of fire, made the world believe in miracles again. Backstage, his family waits. They cry when they hear the crowd. When he runs into their arms, they collapse into a hug that holds more emotion than words can handle. His mother wipes his tears. His father holds his shoulders proudly. They all look exhausted, relieved, shocked, and overwhelmingly happy. Interviews begin. Production teams rush toward him. Reporters scramble. People from around the world will soon watch this clip online. It will go viral. Millions will share it. People will argue that he sounds more like Michael Jackson than anyone since the king himself. And yet, they will also say he has his own voice, his own charm, his own magic. On stage, Simon tells the cameras that he genuinely believes this boy has something extraordinary, something the world needs to see. He says there is a difference between copying a legend and carrying their spirit. And this boy does the latter. He says that tonight was one of the greatest auditions he has seen this season, and possibly ever. The boy is still crying, still trying to process everything. He wipes his tears but they keep falling. He laughs through them, overwhelmed and grateful. He says he never thought this would happen, that he only wanted to share his passion, that he hoped maybe the judges would like him, but he never imagined this. He says he wants to make his country proud, that he loves the Philippines, and that he hopes Michael Jackson is smiling from above. Online, comments explode. People from the Philippines flood the video with pride. International fans express shock. Many compare him to MJ. Others say he has a bright future ahead. The video becomes one of the fastest growing clips of the week. Reaction videos appear everywhere. Professional dancers break down his moves. Vocal coaches analyze his technique. Even celebrities repost it, praising the boy's incredible talent. Back in the theater, long after the golden confetti has been swept away, the echo of this moment still lingers. Because every once in a while, someone steps onto that stage not just to perform, but to remind the world that greatness has no age, no boundaries, no limitations. It can come from anywhere. Even from a small boy from a small town on the other side of the world. As he prepares for the next round, the boy trains harder than ever. Now he carries the weight of expectations, but he also carries a renewed confidence, a belief that if Simon Cowell himself believes in him, then he must be doing something right. His family supports him. His country roots for him. The world watches him, but he stays humble, focused, grateful, and determined. He spends hours perfecting his routines, not just to impress, but because he loves it. He knows this is his chance to show more than a tribute. He wants to show himself, his soul, his story, his passion, and every time he practices, he imagines the crowd, the lights, the music, the gold raining down again. He wants to recreate that feeling. He wants to rise even higher. But nothing will ever replace that first moment. That moment when a shy boy stepped into a spotlight and turned into a superstar. That moment when his dreams collided with destiny. That moment when the world saw him for who he truly is. A once-in-a-generation talent. A young icon in the making. A voice and presence that makes people feel something deep. A performer who brings back memories but also creates new ones. A child who reminded the world that magic is real. Answer. As the video ends, we invite you to remember this moment, to celebrate his courage, and to share the story of a boy who dared to chase his dream with everything he had. The boy who danced with the spirit of Michael Jackson, sang with the heart of a true artist, and earned a golden buzzer that lit up the world. His journey has just begun. And one day, when people look back, they will say they witnessed history. They saw the spark the night it first ignited. They saw a Filipino boy take the stage and become unforgettable. And that is a story worth telling again and again.